next one. The Chargers and the Broncos, and
Go on, Lock. You have no idea how massive my erection was at the end of this game. I
but
could
we
have
both
literally.
choose the Chargers.
I could have. Well, obviously, I could have derailed a T-Rex with my lob on after this, mate. I'll tell you honestly. I went because it doesn't matter how shit we are. Doesn't matter how poor. Beating the Chargers is like Christmas. It's beautiful. You've got to have fun. It's like a present that you could just keep opening over and over. And even though he's gone, even though he's at the Colts now, I could still hear Philip Rivers upset. Probably, he probably got home, thought, yeah, job's a good one. Got the job done against the Lions, sat home, sat his 500 kids down in his whopping great living room. He said, let me tell you a story about how much we hate the Broncos. Let's all sit down together and watch the Broncos lose to my old team, the Chargers. It'll be great fun, won't it? And I could taste his tears from here trickling as he watched his old team get ruined in the last second. This was, oh, by the way, that pass interference. Oh, beautiful. Classic Chargers. Stay classy, San Diego / Los Angeles. Almost lost their shit at the end as well, by the way, trying to decapitate us on the extra point. Oh, you sour little pricks. I love it. A little part of me felt sorry for Justin Herbert, actually, because I want him to do so well. But, yeah, I'll take this. I can't believe we've won 3 games this season. I think that's an astonishing achievement when you consider how bad our football team is. It's amazing. It shows, doesn't it? If you stick around, if you show a bit of heart, you can get good wins. This is definitely the best win we've had all season, especially when you consider that the other 2 wins came against the Pats and the Jets, who are arguably 2 of the worst teams in the NFL right now. But yeah, we both had the Chargers, but I don't think that's, it was a weird game for me because I was just spending a lot of time cursing. The first half especially, we looked shit. It was normal. At half time, I thought, oh, here we go. Business as usual. Business as usual. But for some reason, because at half, we're losing 14-3, and I'm thinking, who cares? So I'll just go to bed now and then do the NFL review later on, more sleep. And even by the end of the third, you're thinking, but we outscored them 21-6 in the fourth. For some reason, Drew Lock decided that the fourth quarter, he was going to turn himself into the second coming of fucking Joe Montana. Crazy. He just went ballistic. He was just like, let me throw the ball like mad. Going into that fourth quarter, I think he had 0 touchdowns and 1 interception. And he came out with 3 and 1. Like, it's a weird thing. A lot of people was some of my favourite comments. I follow obviously the Broncos account, and I don't know if you saw, he did a little dance after that touchdown right at the end. Fucking whitest dance ever. But you don't care when you're winning. And someone had put underneath, went, that's the dance of a man who's got a cock the size of the average Bronco. It's just it was some big dick energy flying around there. I'm impressed by what Drew Lock did. But it took a monumental effort to get it done. Everyone chipped in and, hanged around. And I'm pleased, I am pleased. What are we, 3 and 4 now? That's not bad.
That's proper.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm amazed by that. I'm really pleased with that. We're not going anywhere. We've still got to play the Chiefs again, man.
You have. Looking at your guys' schedule, it's not really that bad. You got Atlanta next week.
Do you know what breaks my heart the most about that? That was going to be played in London.
Oh.
Yeah, and then COVID ruined that.
Fucking hell.
That would have been the first time since 2010 that the Broncos had played in England when they played 49ers at Wembley. So, yeah, which was obviously the only time I've ever seen them in person.
Right.
Which was a bit of a soul destroyer. The plan was hopefully that I would get out at the end of this season and see them play in a game, but that's not happening either. And that's one of my biggest dreams is to see Denver in Mile High. Or I get too old or angry or get shot by the FBI for some obscene thing that I said online, which is going to happen eventually. It just is. Yeah, no. So Atlanta, at Atlanta, isn't it?
Yeah, it's at Atlanta. Then you got the Raiders, the Dolphins, the Saints, the Chiefs, Carolina,
Bummed.
Buffalo,
Bummed. Bummed.
the
Bummed.
the Chargers in LA, and then you end the year with Vegas. Okay, my bad. I read that wrong.
6-10.
I mean, you think 6-10?
I reckon 6-10, which I'm pretty sure has been our average since we won the Super Bowl. I'm impressed. We're 3-4 right now. That's actually quite impressive. We've got the Falcons next. If we can drag a win out of that, all of a sudden we're 500. You're thinking, confidence is an exciting thing, but there's not enough weapons there to do damage. There's not. This for me, Broncos fans are happy, and they should be. And I'm not going to be too negative like I've been the last couple of weeks, taking the piss out of us, because it was great and it was lovely. You know, it's a tough time. Lockdown is coming, and everyone's fucking angry and miserable and furious, and social media is ablaze with evil and toxic nature and just, you know, division. And so for me to be able to just sit down and see my Broncos win a really thrilling, exciting game. It's been a long time since the Broncos won an exciting game as well at Mile High. It's been a very long time, actually. You know, they said a bit of Mile High magic. There hasn't been much of that over the last 5 years. There really hasn't. It's been a very miserable, dour, and very boring thing to watch. And this was probably the most exciting, you would argue the most exciting win actually we've had since we won the Super Bowl, which tells you everything you need to know. Yeah, it was lovely. It was a lovely, cool moment and well deserved. So I'm not going to piss on our parade, but I get the feeling I'm going to be ranting a bit more by the end of the season about how bad Drew Lock is. But you know what? I'm pleased for the kid. He turned up. But if you look at his, you know, a lot of attempts until he became quite clutch in the fourth quarter, and I think that's quite impressive. However, until he can do that consistently, I'm not impressed. That's right now. That's an anomaly, and that's great. It's great to see that anomaly, but that's the only time I've seen him do it all season. So you know, you got to string that together. Now, if you go to the Falcons and get a fucking result, you know, because historically, since the Super Bowl, we're fucking dreadful on the road, especially. Terrible losing record on the road. You know, if you can go to the Falcons, I know they're not the best team in the world, but if you can go there, put up some good stats, get some weapons, get people like Judy and Fant involved a bit more, all of a sudden you start looking at, you know, get a win there, 500. And you can say, you know, because we're not making the playoffs anyway. We're just not. Like, we're not going to beat the Chiefs. No way. I think the Raiders will beat us as well. But it was always nice, you know, it was nice of you to be like, oh, I think you've got an easy schedule. In saying that, here's the Saints, here's the Chiefs, here's the Chargers, here's the Raiders. Fuck you. It's like saying to the Jets, well, you know, just 9 more games to go, boys. Just keep taking it up the arse and eventually it'll be over.
It'll be over soon, boys. It'll be over soon.
Yeah, I really wish we were in the Jets division this season.
The AL or the AFC East.
I'll tell you what, though, we might have a chance against the Dolphins. And it would be really funny if after all this hype, we're the ones who fucking cut them off at the legs.
That would be interesting.
So, yeah, that could be. The ironic thing is, although we're not good, we've actually got the opportunity to spoil a lot of people's momentum.
Yeah.
That's one thing we can do is play spoiler for the rest of the season. But you never know. Crazier things have happened, but I don't think we're making the playoffs. If we had a winning record, I'd be gobsmacked because we actually haven't even gone over 500 since we won the Super Bowl. So, you know, any kind of winning record would be good. This is a tough division, though. Kansas City have now become lights out. The Raiders are just going to – the only way is up for the Raiders. And the Chargers, you know, it's great that we beat them, but ultimately they've got a lot more moving parts and they've got a stud quarterback who's probably going to be fantastic for 15 years to come. Whereas Drew Lock is probably going to be reading Harry Potter novels to kids in about 3 or 4 years' time because he'll have a lot of spare time on his hands. Also, why does Drew Lock look about 12 years old? You notice it? So yeah, he looks like the 6th member of NSYNC that didn't quite make the cut, doesn't he? He does. He just looks like a bit of a boy band material. I look at him and I think, you just don't look like a footballer. You look like a pop star, like a baby face, but he looks like the nice boy who comes around and babysits your kids, you know, when he's in high school. He's like, I just need to earn a few extra dollars. Mrs. Miller, you mind if I come round and babysit for you? Like he's something too wholesome and kid-like about him. He's not aggressive enough. I need a man like Fitzpatrick at quarterback, mate. A big old beard and a fucking Conor McGregor attitude of fuck the world. That's what I want.
Give me a fucking lumberjack.
Yeah, give me a fucking real man who can bum me in the toilets, mate. That's what I want. I am. Ah, dear, oh dear. Okay.
Okay.
He's nice. He's nice, but I tell you what, mate. I look at Drew Lock and I think you're definitely a bottom. You're not a top. Definitely.
No.
Definitely. Yeah, he's a lovely boy, but he's definitely the one who's going to be taken. Just wait.
Oh,
Who's
that's
next?
fucking great. Who's next? We got the